When I think about GLBTQ awareness and history, I think about stereotypes. I think about the root of the word sodomy having its basis in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, where a bunch of angry, how do I say it? Sinful men come to the door of Lot, and demand that these visitors he has, who turn out to be angels, come out and have sex with him. And Lot says, "Oh no, you can have my virgin daughters, but you cannot have these men," which is, a little kind of screwed up anyway. But they say no, we want the guys, and they demand it, and that's kind of seen as the reason that Sodom gets demolished by God with balls of sulfur. And so that's the roots of the word. That's the root of the word sodomy. And when you just think about that story, an ancient story about homosexuality in an historical sense, maybe not necessarily about what homosexuality really is, but in the way it's perceived, maybe. That's kind of like a root of, how the community is perceived. Obviously, we're not all that promiscuous. At least not all of us are. I'm a pretty traditional guy, like I've said before. And I think when I really contemplate GLBTQ awareness, I really just want to point out that we're not all the same. We're not all adopting the same things. To realize that your son, your daughter, your cousin, your aunt, your mom, your dad, whoever is gay is not to say that they are one particular thing. It just means that they are attracted to people of the same gender, or are not always attracted to people of the opposite gender. And so that is really what that means, technically. But when you want to be aware, you have to think about the ways in which the community has been typecast, has been stereotyped, and how maybe that has intruded other people's self-discovery and thinking, well, I'm not like that, so obviously I'm not, gay, even though I'm attracted to people of the same gender. And how that's really oppressive. And I see sometimes it coming out of the community itself. People like quantifying gayness, like you are not gay, you are gay because you do this, and people trying to adopt labels and like, well, you're a this kind of gay or you're a this kind of gay, and it's in humans' nature to label things, but I don't know what kind of gay I am. I'm pretty nerdy, for the most part, kind of geeky. I really like indie music, like folk music, kind of alt country. I'm really into alt country. I really dislike Cher and Britney Spears and all that stuff. Whitney Houston, I kind of like Whitney Houston, it depends. Kind of like Kelly Clarkson. I have respect for Taylor Swift. But I really feel as though I march to the beat of my own drum. And if GLBTQ awareness is about anything, I think it's about that we are a part of society. We are involved in things that straight people are involved in. There are gay people doing sports. There are gay people in the military. There are gay people in the government. There are gay people, running schools, teaching your children. We are everywhere. Sometimes it can sound kind of ominous, but it's true. We are everywhere. We are doing all sorts of things. We are learning all sorts of new tasks. I'm a history major. I kind of want to be a professor someday. Do research. I know gay people that want to be doctors. They want to be lawyers. We are in all walks of life, and we aren't any different or any more crude or any more crass necessarily because we are gay. There are crude and crass gay people out there who are tacky and not classy, but that isn't because of their sexuality. It's because they are crude and crass and tacky people. And they adopt that lifestyle, and I mean, say what you want, but that's who they are as people. It's not because they are, gay. That's not the, the qualifier for that kind of life. So, when being aware about us here, and about us feminists too, it's that, the box sucks, to take a term from a friend who we all know and love, Des. Anyway, speaking of Des, watch her vid tomorrow. So, and I'm going to Washington, D.C. in March for equality. I told you that in the last vid. I'm going to post a retrospective next week sometime, and you will see everything that happens, or at least some things that happened, and get to meet my friend Aunt Rita, and, yeah.